I think that all of us struggle with imposter syndrome in one way or another, and specifically when it relates to money. And I've, interesting enough, observed this happen in my own life where there was, $1,000 seemed like that's just crazy, and the numbers continue to progress. And there's still numbers inside of me that I'm like, I don't know if I could actually quote that number. And what I've realized is that 90% of all of that, imposter syndrome, being uncomfortable with numbers, is really comes down to two things. The first thing is your mindset, understanding your value and knowing your worth. And I'm not just talking about like some like esoteric way of understanding your value, but a real quantifiable way that you can understand the value that you bring to the marketplace based upon your experience, your knowledge, your deliverables, your equipment, everything combined. Like, what is the value that you bring to the marketplace? So the first one is mindset. The second thing is how well you're able to understand a customer's problem and how equipped you are to solve that problem. When we're talking about trading money and commerce in the marketplace, we're talking about more than just providing a service or a product. Many times we're talking about saving time. We're also talking about reducing friction. These are elements that also add value to what it is that you're providing. So for example, if you provide an edit that is delivered the next day, then that's going to be a higher value than one that takes a week or 2 weeks to deliver. And so the same could be said in several other scenarios. How easy and how quick and how effective you make the process is also another way to think about the value that you offer in the marketplace. Get comfortable with different numbers. Challenge yourself to grow. Understand that there's a realistic expectation that you have with the services you provide, right? Like don't go crazy, but also understand that every time you are interacting with a client, you're kind of pushing it a little bit within reason. And that's going to help you as a videographer grow in your business, learn how to attract bigger conversations, and ultimately get paid more for what you do.